Oh man, everybody is searching for the next 10x altcoin. In this video, I'm going to share with you which altcoin I think can comfortably 10x in 2024. Now look, a bull market is ensuing. Many projects can 10x, 100x, 150x and more. But what I'm looking at here is which project is fundamentally undervalued here and which one has the potential to comfortably 10x. I'm going to be breaking down my opinion and a lot more. If you appreciate that, smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Yes, the token I'm talking about might not be a surprise to some of you OGs. It's Phantom. Phantom, a layer 1 solution, which we know has been through some difficult times here throughout the bear market. But now, heading into a bull market, Phantom sat just shy here of 50 cents. Is this a project that can comfortably 10x up towards $5? And how does this stack up against other projects? I'm going to be breaking that down and a lot more. Smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. And always, if you want to trade with us, we're making some insane results in our trading community. I'm taking spot long trades at 20%, 30%. So whilst people are switching off for Christmas and the New Year's, I'm still making gains every day. IjazCrypto.com/TG if you want to learn how to trade altcoins. Now, when I look at this chart here on Phantom, you can see we've had a busy, tough time here during the bear market. Price action getting really low, right? Down to 17 cents, down to 16 cents and that kind of range here on Phantom. Now recovering nicely away from its 0 Fibonacci level. And the question really is, can we comfortably get a 10x? And what does this mean? Now, of course, for those of you who aren't familiar, Phantom is a fast, secure, scalable, right? They claim to solve the blockchain trilemma like many layer 1 scaling solutions do. They've got Andre Cronje, considered the godfather of DeFi, on their team. It's a very good project. And fundamentally, what many years ago made me like Phantom was the fact that it was always, as a ratio, undervalued. And that's what I want to speak to here in this video, because if you go into the top 10 projects here, or even the top 20 here on CoinMarketCap and take a look at some of the valuations, you can make an argument why in the next bull run many of these projects are going to do a 10x. But the argument I'm going to make here is that Phantom, even today, without the bull market ensuing, could be justified to be worth 10x already. So if you already have an underbaked product of a 10x, when the bull market ensues and everything else is 10xing and 100xing, what could that mean for a project which is fundamentally misaligned based on some of the variables that I'm looking at? And so in order to understand that, we're gonna have to kick back and kind of understand, what is going on here with Phantom. Well, we know it's a fast blockchain, right? We know it's scalable, we know it's secure, we know it's got instant finality, near instant finality, it's scalable, and they've got their gas monetization program. There's many good projects already on Phantom. You can see there's major DEXs, there's good DeFi projects, tried and tested, with close to $7 to $8 billion in total value locked in the last bull market. This is not a new chain that hasn't been tested like some of the other ones which we're seeing pumped. This has been through bull markets and bear markets. This has seen difficult times. They've been through a hack. They've been through troubling times when Andre Cronje stepped down. They've been through various different things, right? But they've got good platforms. In fact, they've even started working on GameFi and Metaverse, which we know we complained in the last bull market about the fact that they didn't have much NFT action going on, they didn't have much GameFi, but they're starting to kind of branch outside of the major strength they have, which is their DeFi. And it was always about DeFi on Phantom, right? Phantom grew because people were searching for great places to generate yield on their investments. And all these kind of platforms which you're looking at here, whether it was Beethoven, whether it was Kyber Swap, whether it was any of these, were doing Equalizer, were doing very well in the last bull market. And again, I suspect that same money to start flowing in here in the next bull market. There's no way to stop investors from seeking yield. That's what they ultimately want to do. And there's already good dApps built here which users can ramp straight onto and start using. That being said, let's take a look at the tokenomics, because really this is where the fundamental undervaluation of a project occurs. Because you can have a really great project, which if it's priced correctly, you're not going to get much of a return, right? It doesn't mean it's a bad project. It just means it's a bad project for you at that time to invest in. And this is something people get twisted. If I'm saying Phantom is undervalued, it doesn't mean I love Phantom or think it's a better blockchain than a Cardano or Ethereum. It doesn't mean that. That's not how I invest. I invest when I see arbitrage opportunities in the market. market, where markets are fundamentally misaligning because markets are not 100% efficient. If they were, there'll be no money to be had. There's always money to be had because markets don't price perfectly, right? There's always the arbitrage opportunity. So if we look at Phantom here and you see it sat here market cap, position number 52, keep that in mind. It's number 52 on coin market cap. It's sat there at 1.4 billion after the pump, right? This is after the pump it's had. Remember, it's been as low down as 17 cents where many people were topping up Phantom. You've got a total supply of 3.175 billion. So 88% of Phantom tokens is already in circulation. We cannot overlook this point because when you look at many other comparable layer 1 solutions and start to see what their circulating supply is, you will start to see that that just does not stack up. There's a lot of tokens to be dumped on the market, and that's going to have an effect when you're looking for a 10x or a 100x on your money because people are going to be selling into the pump. So a very important metric for you to look at is look at that circulating supply percentage. So we look at that and we can see, okay, that's something that, you know, works in the favor of Phantom. And so we take that 1.3 billion and we know it's in position 52, but let's try to get perspective of that because Ethereum now in this bear market, just kind of starting to enter now into our bull market, is sitting at $275 billion. So it's a 250x where we're sat with Phantom. Okay, let's say Ethereum is out of its league, no problem. Let's work down the list. Solana, right? A blockchain which I agree has more adoption than Phantom. It does, right? You can say it's fast in Solana, has more adoption, better throughput. Okay, 41 billion. 41 billion. We're talking close to a 15 to 17x where Phantom is sat here right now, despite what happened with FTX Alameda issues, despite the downtime we've seen, and again, I hold Solana, I'm not bashing Solana, I'm just explaining the valuation arbitrage here. Despite that, we're seeing insane pumps on Solana here to the upside, and that's good for me, I don't mind that, I hold some Solana like I'm saying, right? I'm not trying to say this to belittle Solana, I'm just putting it into perspective for you. This is a blockchain which has had downtime and severe downtime at that. Okay, so that's sitting at 41 billion. Then we can go down and you can see something like XRP. I think XRP is a very strong project, particularly after they're rolling from the judge. A very, very strong project sitting at $33 billion here, getting ready for 2024. Again, a comfortable, right? A comfortable almost 30x of what we're seeing on Phantom. If we keep going down, Cardano, right? This is where things really start to make sense for people. And again, I hold Cardano. I'm not bashing Cardano. You Cardano guys, don't come at me. I'm just trying to explain my rationale. 21 billion. So call it a 15, 16x of Phantom's market cap. And yet this is a project with limited DeFi activity, none proven from the previous bull market because Alonzo's smart contract platform was not ready. Yes, they've started to get some total value locked and get some protocols launched. Fantastic. They've been building through this bear market. But these valuations were being held much earlier on Cardano, so you can make the answer. Then the next one is, I think, the most comparable one to Phantom, and that is Avalanche. And look, recently here, Avalanche has really picked up. I covered it on one of my previous videos. Make sure you go watch that. I'll link that up for you here. Avalanche is a project I like to add. It's a very solid project. Institution and legacy providers like JP Morgan and Citi seem to want to be adopting Avalanche. We're seeing transactions go up on Avalanche. It's sitting here at $16 billion in market cap. Again, we're talking a 12 to 13x the valuation of Phantom. And both are sitting on similar technologies, similar throughput, both very fast, very, very secure, very scalable. Both have really good figureheads, right? We know Bernard Schultz and Andre Cornier, along with Michael Conger running the team over at Phantom. And we know from Avalanche, you've got Emin Gur as well. Good people with good pedigree in the crypto space. And I'm not saying that Avalanche needs to be underpriced. I'm just saying it's sitting there at a 12 to 13x of where Phantom is sitting. This is before the bull market starts, right? So what I'm trying to explain is I personally feel, and of course, please do your own research, that there's a baked in. Let's say it's not a, it's not going to get exactly to Avalanche's amount, or definitely, maybe not XRP's amount or Cardano's amount, but is there a 10x to get to 13 billion to kind of put it, somewhere between 10 and 11th spot? You can make the argument, right? When they're sitting on very similar technologies. Now, let's be devil's advocate. Is Phantom doing everything perfectly? No. Just like any project, it can be hugely frustrating when they mess certain things up, when they don't do their marketing elements properly, where they're not attracting enough good DApp developers in some of the other aspects like GameFi and Metaverse. They could still keep pushing on and do a lot better with that. Could they have limited some of the, the pain to do with the multi-chain hack where loads of DeFi fled out during the bear market? Yes, maybe they could have. Again, I give them a little bit of a pass on that because it was a bridge attack. It was an attack on Phantom, but at the same time, maybe they could have diversified and had, plan Bs and other bridges instead of everybody using the multi-chain bridge. Yes, that's a factor. But when we sit here in the cold light of day and we look at the technology and we look at the fact that those bear market days are behind us and now people are going to be flooding across to great projects, I still sit here and go, hang on, Phantom sitting here at 50 cents for me is still a bargain. I sit here and if, I was lucky enough to accumulate a 15, 16, 17 and some of you won, but I'd still be happy DCAing at some of these levels. Of course, I wouldn't chase the green candles, but if we pull back to support anywhere, I'd still be happy adding to my backs. Because the reality is when you sit here and you look at the returns you can get just to get back to your Fibonacci golden ratio of $2.22 to $2.33, you're talking over a 4x just to get back to here. If you get back to all-time highs, which I think Phantom and many projects will comfortably do, you're talking a 7x, right? A 7x to get back to your all-time highs. And if you're talking about your Fibonacci golden extension, which still you can make the argument, is quite conservative, it's sitting at $5.50, right? You're talking an 11x from where you're sat currently. Now, let's put that back into perspective. If a project like Ethereum was to go to its Fibonacci golden extension, you're talking 7.3K. Right? You're talking just over a 3x to get to the Fibonacci golden extension. Let's take a look at another one, right? Let's take a look at something like Solana. If Solana wanted to get to its Fibonacci golden extension from where it is now, which is $96 up towards $429, that's a nice number for them to have their Fibonacci golden extension on. You're talking just over a 4x. So you can see the disparities that if Phantom decided to go on a proportional run, there's a lot more baked in for it to get. I mean, let's see if we can check another one. Let's take something like Cardano. Let's see if I have my Fibonacci's applied to Cardano. There we go. Cardano sitting here at 60 cents. If it gets to its Fibonacci golden ratio, you're talking less than a 10x, right? Like a 7x and 8x to get to this level here. So hopefully that illustrates why I'm so bullish on Phantom. Does that mean my whole portfolio is packed with Phantom? No. It's a smaller cap project compared to many of the other projects we've discussed here today. But ultimately, that's what I'm looking for in my portfolio. If I can give a small part of my portfolio to a couple of these undervalued bets, that's how I like to navigate my long-term holdings in crypto. I don't want to be in the projects which everybody is backing and everybody has baked in the price already. That's not what it's about. As an investor, you need to see something that other people don't see and have conviction in it. And if you can do that, sometimes you'll get it right, sometimes you'll get it wrong. But hopefully the ones where you get it right, just like with trading, when you hit your take profit, you should be making a lot more than when you hit your stop loss. And that's the way the world works in terms of investing. You got to make a lot more when you win to cover off some of your losses, and overall you make those gains. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you appreciate this type of content, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe, guys. I want to see as many of you as possible in our Telegram community. We're actively trading the market, and I will teach you exactly what I've learned over 10 years of trading, including at traditional finance. Come and join us, ijazcrypto.com/TG, and I'll see you in the next one.